Dan.
Terry Fox dipped his artificial leg in the Atlantic Ocean in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador on April 12, 1980. This event marked the official mile zero of Fox's Marathon of Hope. He did so near the corner of Temperance and Water Streets in an area that has more rocks today than it did at the time. And for years after the start of the run, you could actually walk to the exact same place in the city's harbor where Terry dipped his leg in, and you could do the same in the exact same place as my mother and I did in March of 2005. For years, the start of the Marathon of Hope had been commemorated just a few meters away from the water with a simple post and a sign that read, Mile Zero, start of the Terry Fox Marathon of Hope, April 12th, 1980. Yes, Canadian history happened right here. The Marathon of Hope started right here. On April 12, 2005, 25 years after the Marathon of Hope began, Betty Fox and her husband Raleigh unveiled this new memorial to their son and his legacy, and the simple post was gone. It was no more. The monument, carved in slate, reads, "This slate marks the spot where one man's dream began and where a nation's hope lives on." It also reads, Terry Fox, Marathon of Hope, Mile Zero, started April 12th, 1980. And his run continues always in our nation's soul. The biggest change with the addition of the new monument was the addition of a fence. This fence topped with barbed wire, preventing people from dipping their own leg in the Atlantic Ocean, as Terry had, and my mother and I did. The slate survives to this day, but it has been moved closer to a parking lot that has been put in for the St. John's Port Authority building that now occupies the majority of the space. Can you see the slate? Way over there? How about now? Can you see it now? In 2012, it was moved and a new monument was put up to commemorate Mile Zero and the area where the Marathon of Hope started. In fact, they built a whole site to honor Terry Fox. The City of St. John's and Parks Canada built what today is called the Terry Fox Mile Zero Memorial Site. A larger-than-life sculpture of Terry Fox was unveiled 32 years to the day the Canadian icon launched the Marathon of Hope. It was unveiled on April 12th, 2012. They added something new this time. There are now plaques with information and quotes from and about Terry along the pathway to the sculpture. The sculpture itself is magnificent. It's beautiful, and it stands next to the spot where Fox dipped his artificial leg into St. John's Harbor. The statue features Fox as he stood while dipping his artificial leg in the ocean nearby, and, as you would imagine, he's facing west, the direction he would run for 143 days, covering a total of 5,373 kilometers before being forced to stop on September 1st, 1980, just east of Thunder Bay, Ontario. There's also a plaque explaining who Terry was on the site and more information about his legacy as well. Behind the sculpture is one of Terry's most inspirational quotes. "I just wish people would realize that anything's possible if you try. Dreams are made if people try." It's all an amazing tribute to one of the greatest Canadians of all time. And it all started right near here, when Terry Fox dipped his artificial leg in the Atlantic Ocean in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador on April 12, 1980, marking the official Mile Zero of Fox's Marathon of Hope.
Traveling with Dan.